It was pretty cold, wasn't it?
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Did you?
I want to know about the struggles that you had in the Great Depression, then how it felt coming out of the Great Depression. I mean, did you know that you were coming out of this Great Depression?
Did you know you were in a depression?
No.
Y'all didn't? You didn't have a radio?
Well, that's they had to take the battery out of the car and set in the house to hook up the radio.
Okay.
But they were always in a depression. Daddy doesn't know anything but depression.
Until I got out on my own. And I just walked out of that all the way to Rusk. That girl called Elder Ray and told him to come get me, and he sent somebody else. They had to walk.
Now, what made you decide to just leave? And how old were you?
16, I guess. Not over 17. But I had to get out of it. The folks didn't have anything to eat, and I knew that that $25 a month that they would get would buy all the food they needed.
Not enough for you.
They got it, I didn't. I got $5 a month.
So you've sacrificed your youth
For 4
to
years.
feed your family, to feed your brothers and sisters, right?
Yep.
That money that you got from the watermelon patch, did you keep it or did you give it to them?
Oh yeah, I kept it and bought me some clothes with it. I don't know where my mama got that machine. But
So
she had an old pedal machine that she made shirts.
I wish
She
you
could
wouldn't.
take a shirt and undo it.
Huh?
It wasn't any good, and make me a shirt by it.
Make her own pattern, you mean?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
So did any of the other boys, any of your other brothers, did
They'd
they?
already gone from home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they was older than me, and I met Minnie just by accident. She was over at Troop. And she was over at that oil where they had all that oil.
In Corsicana?
She was over at Henderson. And Edna and El Ray went over to visit somebody, and she was fixing to catch a bus to go home. Edna says, "No, don't do that. You can ride with us, and that'll save you having to pay that fare all the way over there." Okay, she did.
And not only that, she had a cute brother-in-law.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell that.
Well, tell the truth.
Oh, well, says, you can stay with us till Saturday at least. Now, a cute brother-in-law of mine will be there Saturday, and he can take you home.
Talking about you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, I went over there. The thing of it was...
How much?
Yeah, well, later on, I had gone to see her twice. And they lived on the other side of Palestine. And I drove up to the front porch there where they had 2 14s must have been, steps, all the way across. And that whole bunch was sitting out on that place waiting for me to drive up.
The whole family.
The whole family, all the little ones.
Sitting out on the front porch waiting for Daddy.
And I just got right out of the car and I walked over. I said, "Mr. Gilcrease?" "Yeah." "I'd like to have your daughter's hand in marriage if it would be all right with you."
How long did you know?
No. He said, "You got to take all of her."
How long did you know each other, Daddy?
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I knew her about 3 weeks.
So had you already proposed to her, or did
Yeah.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
so she had already
The
said
Saturday-
yes.
The Saturday before that, we went to a little movie somewhere, and some little town, I forget what the name of it was, they had a movie there, and we paid our fare to go in and see that movie, and we was in there about 10 minutes, and it's over with. Just lost my money there. We went outside, of course they wasn't going to run it again. The railroad track go right through the middle of that little town. Me and her was walking down the railroad track and stopped, and I said, "Would you marry me?" She, "Yeah." I didn't marry it.
How old were you?
17.
7?
No,
No,
you
I
weren't
was older than
17.
that
You were
before that.
20.
I'd have been 21. I was 20. When we got married, when's my birthday?
September the 27th, 1916.
Okay, I got married in October. My daddy, I was driving him home. I told him, I said, Dad, I'm getting married tonight. What? I said, I'm getting married tonight. You can't do that. I can stop that, I guess you know. I said, I guess you know I'll be 21 next month. He never said another word. I carried him on home. You see, I bought and paid for the car. They kept it. They used it. And whenever we got married, I left it with them. We walked or got some other way. And they moved me to another town. And she went with me. And Ellery had a tire shop. And we had been there about 2 months. And he come up there on one Saturday morning. He says, Mutt, go back down there and turn in. Your Boots has quit me and I need somebody to help me. So that's what I do. And I went to work for him for a couple of years. And then I was getting $1 a day.
And what kind of jobs were available then?
There wasn't any. Besides that, you didn't get paid anything. I was making $1 a day and I was in tree armor.
Well, wasn't food rationed at some point?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so where did people...
That was before I left home. It was ration.
and so...
we couldn't get it. We couldn't get on.
Because he had 35 acres.
Yeah,
So you couldn't get on the government-supported...
that's right.
Well, why didn't he just get rid of that property?
He couldn't.
Why?
Belonged to the old man. The old man, his daddy.
Okay, so... Well, then he didn't own it.
No, it was all in one. Whenever they moved there from North Carolina, South Carolina. It's either North Carolina.
Probably North Carolina.
They come from North Carolina there. And they brought everything with them, a cow and the mules and the horses. And his brother did the same thing. He loaded up and come in too.
So none of y'all were eligible for the government program that would feed you that you could get rations.
But I was glad to get that $30 a month, and I got 5 and they got 25. But $25 bought lots of groceries in them days.
So your dad didn't really have to work.
That's right.
And he didn't.
And he didn't.
And then Grandpa was living, your grandpa was living with your mom and dad.
Yeah.
And somebody told your dad
Mama.
that Grandpa had made out his will.
They told Mama and Mama told Daddy.
Uh-huh. Okay, tell that story.
Oh, that was her Daddy's sister, the oldest sister, found out that Grandpa had...
Who was the oldest sister?
Ida.
Ida.
Williams.
Williams, uh-huh.
Yeah, Williams. And Desi was working in Houston at a factory.
Now who was Desi?
His baby sister.
Whose baby sister?
Daddy's. My dad's.
Okay, okay. All right.
And
Your
she-
aunt.
Yeah, she was working there in Houston at that blanket factory that made blankets.
Uh-huh. At the mill?
Yeah.
Okay.
My daddy found out, Mama told my daddy,
There
my daddy was next morning,
Fulton.
said, Paul, is it true that you have made out to Daisy all the farm and everything? He says, yes. He said, well, you and Cal, get your things together. I'm putting you on a train to Houston to go live with her. And they did that day. And that's when my daddy left there and went to moved to John Roar's place. But it was a while before me and Opal used to walk through